That's fine for most people. What if I'm one of those who doesn't? What might look peaceful from the outside does not necessarily reflect the internal mental state of the person. Let's face it, when you're completely paralyzed, can't talk, can't move your eyes, can't move your arms, how do you let somebody know you're suffering? They look at you and you're still. And usually we associate suffering with people kind of rolling around and going, ow, ow, ow. There's none of that. Gee, it must be peaceful. Well, no, it doesn't have to be peaceful. This could be a complete and utter hell. I'm not going to get a chance to be a cantankerous old man.
I know. Well, you're cantankerous enough middle-aged man. So.
Craig had investigated assisted suicide soon after his diagnosis. He found Ludwig Manelli and Dignitas on the internet, took out a membership, and sent in his medical records. His daughter Katrina, 32, and son Ivan, 35, had both come to visit him in England after his diagnosis.
You know, I tried not to cry in front of him a lot while I was there because I didn't want... I don't know why. But I did finally cry in front of him, and I said, you know, I don't want you to think that I'm not sad. And I just gave him a hug and a kiss, and I said goodbye.
Just weeks after Ivan and Katrina's visits, Mary and Craig contacted Dignitas and set a date for Craig's suicide, September 26th. Having set the date, Craig decided it would be easier to carry through with his plans if his children were not with him at the end.
I think I was glad. I was glad that the decision was made for me. I didn't really want to have to make the decision of whether I was going to be there or not, because part of me would have liked to have been there, and part of me thought, wow, that's going to be really hard.
As they prepared to leave for Zurich to consult with Dignitas, the Cumbiases talked to one of their two daughters about the purpose of their trip.
Well, I expect to have a frank discussion, which can culminate in, am I a candidate? Can be accepted in the program, or not? They agree that you are a member of who can be assisted.
Right.
The planning has to start.
We always knew that we were really loved. My sister and I knew that both my parents loved us to death, but we also knew that the love that they had for each other was stronger. And my mother always said, I don't ever want to live without your father. My father said the same thing.
But Mommy is the problem.
Poor Mom.
Like always.
You got to start eating more, increase your cholesterol.
Then have a heart attack.
Have a heart attack.
Heart attack, and then it'll be okay.
If you could only be unhealthy just a little.
Both my daughters have known for years that I wouldn't want to live if George died, no matter what. So it doesn't come as a shock to them. Now that it's become a bit more concrete, they have nothing against it.
I want you to get what you want. That's both Juanita and I hope that it goes well, because the other options are not really that spectacular.
No, they're
really.
not.
So we'll see what he'll say.
The couple were nervous about their meeting the next day with Ludwig Manelli. They would have to convince the Dignitas director to approve their case for referral to a Swiss doctor who could write the prescription for their deaths. Dignitas had previously helped couples commit suicide together, but they were older and had significant, if not life-threatening, medical problems. George's situation seemed justified, But Betty's age and good health presented a significant challenge for Ludwig Manelli.
From the day we got married, he was all my life. I love my 2 daughters, but I love him more. And I don't think I can face life without him. Mm-hmm. And since we've read about Dignitas, we felt what would be better than to die together.
I think when a physician has also the opportunity to hear what you have told me now, he will be very impressed, and I think he will write the prescription.
I'm determined. It's not...
I feel it, yeah.
So I do hope that you can help.
If somebody has been married for 50 years and is in old age, and when this person thinks it would be better that we can die together, why should we say no? With what reason should we say no? This should always be the decision of the individual.
So anything else you need me to do here while I'm at the computer?
No, not really.
No, not right now.
Yeah.
I think most of the details are taken care of, don't you?
At this point, you know, I've got 2 choices. I either actually go through with it, or I say, you know what, I'm too scared right now. I don't want to do it. If I go through with it, I die, as I must at some point. If I don't go through with it, my choice is essentially to suffer and to inflict suffering on my family. And then die. Possibly in a way that is considerably more stressful and painful this way. I've got death. I've got suffering and death. Well, gee, you know, this makes a whole lot of sense to me.
What do you think about this power toothbrush? Do you think it helps at all? Yeah.
There are people who will look at this and say, no, suicide is wrong. God has forbidden it. You cannot play God and take your own life. Well, all right, fine, but you know what? This ventilator is playing God. If I had lived without access to technology, chances are I would be dead now. All right? When premature babies are born, they are given intensive medical treatment. Their lives are saved because doctors and nurses are playing God. They're saying, essentially, God's plan was that this person would die right now. We're thwarting that. We're playing God. And, you know, the Christians never say we have to stop organ transplants. We have to stop saving premature babies. We have to let them die. No, for that it's okay to play God. It's only when it might ease somebody's suffering that, oh, we can't play God, comes out. You know, the fact that I know the date I'm supposed to die simply makes definite what was previously indefinite and unknown. But it's still the case that the only thing you've got is this second. Right now I'm alive, and if I can enjoy what I'm doing now, if I can feel that it is worthwhile, that's really all I can ask of it. Okay, they've got a lot of the orange blossoms. And there's tall plants,
The dusty willow is very
which is
pretty.
just incredibly large.
It has that smell.
Does it?
Yeah, would you like to take your thing off?
Yeah, take
And
it
try
off.
to get the smell? All right. Shall I turn it off? Okay. We'll see if you can go for a while. Can you smell it?
Yes.
Yeah.